Happy Sunday. I'm glad you're able to join me today. Um, it is Sunday, and it's time for a Sunday challenge. So, you may notice that um, my yoga seat is turned differently today, and that's because our yoga challenge is going to be about um, doing yoga at your kitchen counter, at your kitchen sink, or your kitchen table. And why would we do that? Well, why not? Very often we find ourselves during our daily routine having some time to, you put the eggs on to boil, or you're waiting for something to be done in the oven, and you know, you have some time. And sometimes we can use that time to just breathe and be in our bodies. Just even for those few minutes, it makes a difference in your mind and body and your emotions, your health, and it makes a difference in your day. So, let's do some kitchen counter or at the sink yoga this morning or this afternoon. And I'd really like to know if you've been able to take the time to do this as the week goes on. So we're going to pretend my yoga seat is the back of my yoga chair is my kitchen counter. Actually, my kitchen counter is a little higher, but this will do. So we can start out with a little bit of movement, balance, and getting our feet, ankles, and lower legs kind of in the mood for movement. So let's take a moment to be here, be in our bodies, and take a breath in and release the breath. Now on your next inhale, come up on your toes. As you exhale, come down to flat feet. Inhale your toes up, trying to stay nice and tall. And exhale, coming back to flat feet. Now let's do this 3 times. I invite you to follow your own breath, and let's just see how it feels. Okay? Remember, inhale up to your toes. And exhale to flat feet, nice and slow. Let the whole exhale bring you down. Inhale your toes up, keeping your back nice and tall. And then exhale to flat feet. So do that 2 more times on your own. So how did that feel? Were you able to really pay attention to what's going on in your body as you're bringing yourself up nice and slow with the breath and relaxing yourself down with the breath? And how about what you felt as you brought your toes up with the breath and then relax them back down? So now this time we're going to do it 3 times again, and I want you to really pay attention to what's going on in your body, okay? But when we come all the way up to those tippy toes, if you're feeling comfortable, you can take one hand away or both hands away and count to 4, and then release the breath coming down slowly as you place your hands back on your chair, your counter, whatever. Okay? So again, follow your breath. Breathe up to your toes. Either one hand or both hands off your support. Count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then release the breath as you come down, and bring, as you're coming down, let the breath and your movement down try to match. And then you can hold on. We're not going to take our hands off the chair to bring our toes up because we don't want anybody falling backwards. But again, be mindful of what's going on as you bring your toes up. What's happening in your in the shins with the muscles of the shins, and what's happening in your calf, and maybe around your knees. It's a lot to pay attention to, but it's very important. So let's do this 3 times. Follow your breath. So how is that? It's always interesting for me as I try to really take the time to move with the breath, really pay attention to my breath and my body movement, and just see how different it feels in my body. So let's try something else. So again, we're standing at our counter, and I am just going to push through my hands, raise up my chest, keeping my lower back nice and flat, if you can. All right, so you're raising up your chest. Your ribs come up out of the waist. Feel a little stretch here. This is like a standing upward facing dog. And and then release. So how did that feel? Let's do that again. So we're standing with our feet about hip width apart. Our knees are soft, our back is relaxed. We're going to try to keep our lower back nice and flat, nice and relaxed. All right? And as we push through our palms, bring our chest, our ribs up, and arch the upper back, and breathe here, standing upward facing dog. And then release. And come back. And let's do that one more time. All right? It's always nice to practice and just feel where you feel this in your body. Okay? So, keeping our knees soft, our back relaxed. Let's raise our chest up, bringing the ribs up out of the waist. Little stretch for the front of the body. Arch the upper back. You look up to your ceiling or wherever it works for you. And then release that standing upward facing dog. And now let's step back just a little bit. I took like one step back. And again, feet are about hip width apart, knees soft, back relaxed. Now, you can do this really well on your counter, but on your chair it might be a little rough on your hands. So just do what you can. Again, respect your body, take care of it, but if we can move it in different ways, very mindfully, we get to know our bodies that much better. And we get to feel how we can stretch and move differently as well. So, here we are, just a little bit farther back. I'm going to lean on my chair, bend my elbows, and then arch my back. And this is a modified standing cobra with the elbows bent. And then let's release and come back to a nice tall stand. So let's do that 2 more times, okay? I like the feeling of being able to bring my chest up, bring the ribs up, arch my back, okay? Because it just feels good. We're always bending over, and sometimes our bending over is more of a slouch, and this is just a way to bring those shoulders back and just create some space in the front of your body. So again, hands on the counter or back of your chair. Okay, we're going to bend our elbows, and then we're just going to arch. And just notice where you feel this in your body. Keeping your elbows a little bit close to the sides of your body. Elbows are bent. And then release and come back to a nice tall stand. So how was that? Ready to do it one more time? Okay, well, this is our Sunday challenge. And I would love, once again, to hear if you tried this in your kitchen and how it worked for you. All right. So, keeping your elbows by your sides, bend your elbows, hands press into the countertop of your chair, leaning into it, and arch your back, and just release into this standing modified cobra. And then release that posture, coming back to a nice tall stand. Now, I'm going to take another step farther away from my chair, because now we're going to do an opposing stretch. And I'm going to stand just a little bit wider and come down into a nice table bend right here. Now, as you're in your table bend, stretch your hips toward whatever is behind you. Keep stretching, stretching, knees are soft, trying to get a nice long stretch for your spine. Keep that stretch active. Don't forget to breathe. Now, come up and step forward with your left foot. So your left foot is basically in the middle of the seat of your chair. And if you need a little bit more room to stretch your right leg back, bend your left knee, really lunge down into this nice stretch, and let's breathe here. Just notice where you feel this stretch. Now, holding onto your chair, your counter, let's come forward with the right leg, and let's stretch the left leg back. And again, you can adjust your legs. Bend your right knee. Nice long stretch here. Just notice where you feel it. And then let's bring the left leg back to meet the right, or close enough. And we're going to step back and do our back stretch and our leg stretches again. So, step as far back as you think you remember from before. And we're going to stretch down. Keep your knees nice and soft. Your feet are a little wider. Stretch into that nice table bend. Stretch your hips toward whatever is behind you. And just see if you can feel your spine lengthening and a nice stretch throughout your back. You may even feel it in other parts of your body. Just notice where you feel the stretch. Now let's step forward with the right foot, leaving the left leg back there to get a nice stretch. Bend the right knee. And again, notice where you feel the stretch in your body. Don't hold your breath. Now let's step forward with the left foot so that it's right in the middle of the chair. And let's stretch the right leg back. You may notice a difference from one side to the other, and that's okay. And get that stretch going, bend that left knee. And then let's step the right leg up to meet the left. Standing nice and tall by our kitchen counter or the back of our yoga seat. Now let's take a nice wide stance. Your kitchen counter is a great place to do goddess squats. So let's do some. Come down as far as you are comfortable, trying to relax the lower back. Nice flat back here, goddess squat, and push up, and again. Calm down, nice flat back, goddess squat, and come up. And we're going to do that one more time. Come down into a nice squat, goddess squat. And practice that nice flat back. When we're doing goddess pose, we've got a lot going on. Arms up or whatever we're doing. It's hard to remember to keep our back nice and flat. So here we are. Now let's come up. Now we're going to add a circular motion to our goddess squat, which will require a lunge to the right, and then come up through center, and a lunge down, and then back to that center goddess squat. So we're going to start by coming into goddess squat. Let's lunge to the right so all of your weight is on your right leg. Push up and around. Coming to the left side. Your left leg is now your foundation leg. And then let's come to center, back to the goddess squat. Let's do that again on the right. So lunge to the right. The right leg has all your weight. Push up and bending the left knee. The left leg has all the weight. And then coming back to center into goddess. So now we're going to go off to the left. So lunge to the left, let the left leg be your foundation, has all the weight. Come up, we're working nice and slow. Over to the right, bend the right knee. The right knee now is your foundation, has all the weight. And then come back to center in Goddess. You may find that you're coming down lower into Goddess after that lunge. Let's do that one more time to the left. So we're going to lunge to the left and come up and over to the right. And then back into Goddess, in center. And then push up through Goddess. And standing in your wide stance, relax your right arm down. Hold on to the back of the chair, keep your knees soft. Let's bring our right arm up and over, holding on to the chair. Get a nice long stretch here. And then let your fingertips bring you up. Bring your arm down the side and then bring it across your chest. Now, if you have a counter, you can hold on to the counter as far away as you can. And then bring your left arm around and give yourself a nice spinal twist. And then release your spinal twist and bring both hands back to your chair or your counter. So now we're going to relax the left arm down and bring the left arm up and over. And again, get that nice long stretch on the left side. And then let your fingertips bring you all the way up. Bring your arm down the side. And then let's bring it across. Let's say that your counter is nice and long. So stretch your left arm as far down the counter as you can. And then bring your right arm around the back. And give yourself a nice spinal twist. And then release and come back to center. Now, some of the things that you can do in your kitchen don't require your counter. And here are two of them, okay? So we're going to just do those hip circles. Really important for the lower back. And let's go the other direction. let's come to stillness. Place our hands on our thighs and bring our hands right above our thighs, or our knees rather, and let's do those nice circles. And let's go the other direction. And let's come to stillness. So, with our hands on our thighs, our knees are slightly bent. Don't forget to keep your back nice and long, pressing through your thighs. Let's do a little standing pelvic tilt. So scoop under, stretch back. So get a little stretch in your lower belly. Scoop under, tighten everything up, and stretch back. Scoop under, stretch back, scoop under, stretch back, scoop under, stretch back. One more, scoop under, stretch back. And then let's come up to a nice tall stand. Let's roll our shoulders up to our ears and squeeze. As our shoulders round to the back, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Relax your shoulders down the back body. And let's reverse direction. Squeeze your shoulder blades together at the bottom of the circle. Bring your shoulders all the way up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Stretch between your shoulder blades as you round your shoulders forward and down. And let's inhale up and exhale down. And let's inhale up the front, stretching toward the ceiling. Let's twist to the right, open our arms to the new day, Sunday, new week, almost the end of February. And breathing yourself back to center. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And let's arch our back, open our heart to Sunday. Embrace the every moment and every possibility of Sunday. And then breathing yourself all the way up. Let's twist to the left one more time. And open up to the new day, the new week, and the end of this month. And then breathing yourself back to center. Bring your palms together in prayer pose and let them slowly make their way to your heart center. Settle into your body. Settle into your breath. Notice how you feel after our Sunday challenge today. I wish you a very happy Sunday. Stay well, stay happy. Don't forget to smile. And I'll see you again on Tuesday. Namaste.